Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the very first episode of the new name for the NBA podcast called the Hoops Pod. So every single week, it's the same NBA show that we're doing every single week, but I've added a new name called the NBA Hoops Pod, the Hoops Pod. So we'll be talking about NBA as per usual. Um, I just wanted to see how it goes. We might change the name again. We might not. We'll see. But as of now, it's called the Hoops Pod, where we talk about basketball, we talk all things, NBA, we talk whatever's happening around the league, and such and such. But yeah, King, we're debuting the name. You like it? How are you doing? What are you saying, bro?
First of all, I do like the name, the Hoops Pod. It's yeah, the hoop. That's what we're trying to score in. But yeah, no. African
Sure.
King Academy. I'm a 76ers fan. And yeah, I'm not excited really to talk about basketball. The same way certain people feel about certain football teams or NFL teams, I'm feeling about my Sixers at the moment. But there's a lot of things happening in basketball that we can talk about. So that'll be interesting.
Of course, of course, and like you said, United ain't doing well. United, Patriots, whatever. At least we got the NBA. At least you got your what do you call it? At least you've got your Eagles, but you know what? We'll see how it goes. But yeah, February ends in a few days. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the subscribers up. Let's get to 150 or 145 before the end of February. Let's get the goal. Let's reach the goal, and yeah. But let's start. I mean, look, let's review what happened last week. Celtics bounce back. Lakers beat the Nuggets as well. The Lakers beat the Nuggets. That's a statement win by the Lakers, and their fans are in jubilation, acting like they've won the championship. You know, their fans are celebrating like they won the championship, bro. You know, you see that day that the Lakers beat the Nuggets. They're like, oh, but the Lakers are gonna go to the finals. The Lakers are insane. Relax, relax. That's all I gotta say. Just relax. Yeah, we all gotta relax. The playoffs are not here yet. We'll see how it goes when the playoffs come. The Lakers, they're looking all right. They're looking quite decent. Obviously, 2-2 with Luca now, or 3-2 with Luca now. Sorry, but ever since Luca's joined, it's been 3-2. Or well, since he stepped on the court, I don't think he played against the Blazers, so it's 2-2. Um, but yeah, the Hoops Pod has a nice name to it, doesn't it? It's we're here to talk basketball. We're here to talk um we're here to talk NBA. First of all, I just want to start off by saying, like, we're not casuals. We're here to talk basketball. It's only right, we kind of change our name after we've been after we've kind of been targeted by a certain man on stream last time. A bunch of casuals talking NBA. We love it, don't we? We love NBA. Even if our team, even if your team's not doing well, even if my team wasn't doing well back in 2021, still enjoy the NBA. I still look forward to it every day, because you still got many games to look forward to. So yeah, yeah, King, talk us through the Sixers. Obviously, I understand you're upset. I know you're gonna rant about the Sixers. It's not the best way to start the first podcast that's called the Hoops Pod. So it's not the best way to start it off. But actually, no. Sorry, I'll ask you. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start with this one? Since you're my NBA co-host on this one, where do you want to
Oh,
start off?
oh no, I'd rather get through my team first, and then we can
Go on.
get to the better stuff.
Go,
Is my
go ahead.
mic all good, or is it?
Good. Go ahead, my friend. Go ahead. It's all yours.
Um, all right. For me, I think when it comes to the Sixers, I feel like it's been a bad run. It's been a very bad run, but there's been a lot of hyperbolic things said about the team, and I do agree with some of it. I think if players are injured or players aren't 100%, especially now, I don't think we're gonna get a play-in spot. I don't think the playoffs are possible. So for
Mm,
me, if Embiid needs to get his knee surgery or needs to whatever he needs to get healthy, I'd rather that happen. we also have a top 6 protected pick, so we need to actually at least have a bad record. Obviously, it's not a thing of forcing losses. It's just gonna
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
because we don't have our best player in Embiid. Paul George hasn't been that great this season. He's been dealing with some stuff, so if he needs to get healthy as well, I would sit him out as well and try and get him healthy because in the long run, we still have McCain to come back. We still have Maxi. We still have some good pieces in Yabusele and Lonnie Walker coming through as well. So we have good pieces. It's just we need to get healthy as a team. And I think this season isn't going to be the season where we do anything in terms of playing or playoff basketball. We're just not one of the top teams at the moment, so, especially if we're not healthy. And then at least then we have a chance to keep our pick, maybe get some reinforcements in over the summer, make some moves and see how our team looks health wise going into next season. And then yeah, go from there. I think in terms of this season, it's just been very poor. There's been many games where I felt like between the players and the coaching, uh, let ourselves down. There are teams that we shouldn't lose to, regardless of injuries. And even in the last couple of weeks, we've lost games very badly. We got blew out by Chicago. We narrowly lost to Brooklyn, and then we got beat up by Boston as well. So, and to be honest, we've lost to Brooklyn kind of twice now. So if we're losing to a team like Brooklyn Nets, who I don't think are better than us, and even second game, I didn't think they had Russell and stuff like that. So it just shows that we're not playing at the level that we should be this season. So I think this season is a write off. I think we've lost too many games at this point. I think we're below the Nets now in the standings. We lost 37 games, 120, which is just not good enough. Eight loss streak, and really, it's just really for me. I think the process that we've been on the past 10 years hasn't worked. I think there's been a lot of mistakes been made, and I don't know what is the next step. Is it a thing of moving on from the likes of Embiid or Paul George, because they're going to be very difficult to move on because of
yeah.
the contracts they do have. So it's very unlikely that we'll be able to get anything good in return from either of them. But I am kind of cautiously optimistic of the future just because of our backcourt in McCain and Maxi have the potential to be great. So it just depends. I just think it's a off season in terms of quality, in terms of the way we've played, because we haven't been this bad in recent years. It's just this season with the injuries we've had from the start of the season, Paul George not living up to the hype and not being the upgrade on Tobias Harris that we needed, is culminated into a terrible season so far. And I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna get any better. So in terms of Sixers, I really don't really know what we can do from here. I don't think there's any positives to come out this season. I just think we have to just reset and go again next year in terms of the basketball. And anyway, Philly, you already you got the Eagles win a title, so Philly, the city, they've got the NFL buzz that they can ride along until the next NBA season. Because I think, yeah, I don't think we're good enough to compete even in the play-ins. I think so. It's better just sit out Embiid, get him healthy, sit out Paul George, get him healthy, and just focus on maximizing Tyrese Maxey and making him a better player overall, and looking at which pieces are working for us and which pieces aren't, and seeing who out of the bench players are going to step up and who out the bench players are going to have to be moved on going into next season as well. So that's it. Really. There's nothing much else I can say about my team. It's just very poor. Getting blown out by the Celtics and Chicago Bulls. Was just it's just not enjoyable to watch my team at the moment. And whether it be the full game or highlights, I just don't have the excitement when Maxi isn't performing well recently. There was a point where he had a stretch of 10 games where he was hitting 30s. He's not even doing that no more. So it's just been a poor run. really. So that's all I got to say about the Sixers, and I think it's going to continue on to the next week as well. But
There's one thing I was gonna ask you, and I don't know if you've seen it, but there's something that's been going around Twitter or been going around social media regarding Paul George. Did you see that about the parlay thing? That he responded to a fan about some parlay thing that he set up, or I'm not so sure what it was. But did you see that? Did you see something about it? Because I saw Paul George responding saying that yeah, I'll bring it up actually. I'll bring it up. Paul George um here. So Paul George responded to a fan, or Paul George responded to some guy, I don't know who. But for me, he shouldn't even be responding. He shouldn't even be responding to the guy about this. I'll try and find it for you. Hold on. I'll try and find it for you. Hold on. But I'll show it to you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I'm trying to. What I mean by this.
no problem. Take your time. Be interesting to see what it's about, because I don't really keep my eyes to the NBA streets
Yeah,
too
yeah, yeah.
tough.
No worries. No worries. It's nothing regarding NBA Twitter. It's something regarding that I saw like a few days ago, or yesterday. I think I saw it here. Um. Yeah, I'm still trying to find it, but I want to know your thoughts when I do show it. Hold on, yeah. So sorry about that. Just really need to find it.
No problem. While you actually find that information on Paul George, I think he's had quotes about the team and not being able to compete, things of that nature after 8 straight losses. So I think he needs to look within himself as well, as because he's a veteran in our team. So I think him being the big money signing, I think he needs to look within in terms of his own performance, because I don't think he's been anywhere near the level of what you expect an all-star player, all-star caliber player to play at, regardless if Embiid's there or not. And then even when we've had all three guys of him, Maxi, um, Embiid healthy, we haven't been a team. So I
Yeah,
think that's that's another thing that's kind of worrying, is that we haven't shown a level of play in our games that suggests that there may be an upside if these three guys were healthy anyway, when it comes to this season in particular. But who knows? It's still got a lot of games to play, so still gotta see. I have liked some
yeah.
of the moves that
Still a lot of
Ori
games.
has done, but I think the Paul George one was a bit. I think it was a bit too much money. I think we should have gone for someone a bit younger. And I do like that we're trying to make the team younger, and I think that's the move that we need to build the team around Maxi in the future.
Yeah, I agree with you because, like I said to you many times on shows, the Sixers have a good young core. They've got Jared McCain, they've got Council, they've got Yabusele, they've got Lonnie Walker now. Who else have you got? Did I say Tyrese Maxey?
In terms of young guys, we got Jared Butler, Grimes. Them two are looking good.
Tyrese Maxey.
Justin, yeah, Justin Edwards as well.
Yep.
And we've got some old heads in the likes of Lowry and Drummond, but Drummond's been injured a bit. Um, Adam Bona has looked good at points, but yeah, we just need to make the team younger in general, I think. I think that's the main aim, to make it younger, make it a bit more vibrant, and kind of have a
think we should.
fresh perspective on it.
Do you trade? What moves do you make now?
It's very difficult for the moves. I think we're gonna have to look at similar deals to the Walker and Yabusele short-term deals, because in terms of our big contracts, in terms of Embiid and Paul George, it's going to be very hard to move them two on in particular if you wanted to. So I think the moves we make is try get the team healthy and then try and make the pieces around our so-called big three younger, hungrier, and a couple veterans as well, and then try and see what the team is looking like next season. I think we do need some defensive wings as well. I think we need a bit more defense. I think it's too easy for teams to score on us as well.
No, I agree with you. I think you guys are the problem is protecting the paint. The protecting the paint part is the biggest issue. Like you guys always get dominated in the paint. There was one game that you guys played well. It was against the Lakers. I think you guys dominated so well in the paint when they had LeBron, AD. I think that they had both, and you guys just dominated them because they just couldn't finish, and you guys just protected the paint well. That's the only game I see. Like, you know what? The Sixers can turn up, but it's just, do they want to turn up? Like, you have injury issues. I get it. Joel Embiid's injured, but what is Paul George doing? What did you bring Paul George to do? The guy's not putting up numbers that you need him to. Against the Celtics that day, we completely destroyed the Sixers. We completely destroyed you guys. And no offense, it wasn't even close. We dominated on every aspect of the game. We dominated every aspect of the game. We dominated in the paint. We dominated in terms of the shots. The only shining light for you guys is Tyrese Maxey. That's it. That's the only shining light that you guys have. Tyrese Maxey is the only guy that you guys can look to and be like, do you know what? He's gonna take this team forward for the future. Him, maybe Joel Embiid. If you guys want to keep him. If you guys don't want to keep him, then so be it. So, but yeah, I don't really have much to say about the Sixers. I mean, I understand your frustration because, bro, trust me, I've been through it in 2021 with the Celtics. Like, we were so inconsistent that year. It was the year that Kemba Walker had knee surgery, or he hardly played. Tatum was a bit inconsistent that year. Jaylen Brown had a good year. So it was more like, you know what, it was an inconsistent year, and then the Celtics fixed up, and then the following year we made the finals. So like I said, you can maybe afford you can maybe afford to rebuild now. You have a whole offseason to do it anyways. I think Sixers, like you said, you have a top 6 pick, top 5, top 6, whatever it is. If you guys can get that pick, if you guys can get a good lottery pick, and draft someone out of the draft classes here. I don't know who's in it. Apart from Cooper Flag, that's the only guy I even paid attention to. Like, Cooper Flag is the only guy. So yeah, like I said, you guys just need to try and find some gems in the draft. Like, it doesn't have to be a high pick. Like, because don't forget, Jokic came out of pick 40. It's not doom and gloom. You can even pick someone out from undrafted. You can pick someone undrafted as well. Austin Reeves came undrafted, so it's not all doom and gloom. It's all doom and gloom. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the Sixers. Anything more? Any last words on the Sixers before we move on?
No, not much else. I just think I need more out of Paul George. It's weird. His downfall will be studied because he didn't play bad last season for the Clippers. So I don't know if he's just still having niggling injuries that he hasn't actually fully kind of looked into. So I don't know about him, because he's saying he's played injured, but that's the thing. If him and Embiid are playing injured or playing not 100%, it's not going to help us in this league.
Sorry to stop you. There's 18 people watching. That number has a very, very good tune to it.
That is a good number.
No, it is, because the Celtics have 18 championships, so we love it. And all you 18 people, go and smash the like button. Go subscribe. Continue, King. Sorry about that.
But yeah, I think going forward in terms of what our team can do is just try and get Embiid and Paul George healthy, even if it's not for this season, for next season, so that
I
we have
I
more
think you trade.
potential with them too.
I think you
Because
trade.
trading them is going to be impossible because of the
Nah,
money that they're on.
it's not because you can buy out the contract as well. You can buy the contract out, and maybe the Heat might pick him up.
Nah, long term contracts.
How many
The
years did he?
thing about it
How many years did he
is
sign for? Is my question. It's like a 2 year. Is it a 2 year contract?
no, it's multiple years with them too. And the thing about it is
2
this.
plus 2.
Let me see, Paul George contract.
Because he's allowed to extend for 2 years, I think.
Let me see. I know it's a long term one. I don't think it's short term.
Right. No, I hear it because there's
Up until the 2028 season, and he's on like around 50.
Oh, that's a long time, you know. That's a long time, bro.
Yeah.
I think this is his last contract, you know. I don't mean to be like, you know, like oh like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this might be his last contract, bro. I can't lie. It might just be.
Yeah. It's his last big one.
It might be
4
his
years,
last.
200 million guaranteed. So I don't think any teams are going to take that liability at the moment. I don't think any team's going to take that. So we have to do what is necessary to build around Maxi, George, and Embiid. Embiid is will be a tradable asset if we can get him healthy and playing at a level, because then you can move on. Because teams will look at him as a rim protector. Maybe even the Lakers could go for someone like him as
Nah,
something that they need.
sorry, I see it happening.
You
I
never
don't.
Lakers are that kind of team though, so you never know.
I
Or
don't see.
Miami.
I don't see the Lakers getting him because, like, look, we can talk about the Lakers all we like, yeah, but come on, like, let's just say it as it is. Like, they're not gonna go for Paul George. I think they're gonna go for someone younger.
No,
They
I'm
might.
I'm talking about Embiid, not Paul
Oh,
George.
sorry. No, I don't see Joel Embiid going to the Lakers. I see maybe going to like I don't know. Actually. I can't say.
I
Maybe
think he
go
goes to a team
may,
with a team in the
maybe
coast,
go
one of the
maybe
coastal
go
teams.
Golden State possibly.
Maybe maybe if they but if we can, yeah, that's the only guy that you probably can move on if he gets healthy and shows a level of quality. Then you
Yeah.
can probably trade him in the next trade deadline. But for this end of this season and next season, it's just about getting them two healthier and seeing what we can do in terms of. I don't think we're gonna tank because I don't think that's gonna be within the team's ethos to do that, because they'll probably still try to go for the play-in, but I don't think we're gonna make it at this rate, especially because we're losing. We're not. It's not like we're losing to the best teams. We lost twice to Brooklyn Nets, so if we're losing to teams that are inferior to us.
The way you lost to Brooklyn as well, that Claxton finish, that was very, very poor defense by the Sixers. Very,
Yes,
very poor.
yeah,
Very poor self-awareness. You know, the lack of there was no like shot blocker there. There was
yeah,
nobody there to check that. Like I'm sorry, but that's just terrible defense. I'm sorry.
yeah.
That's
It was, and then the blowout to Chicago as well, and
oh yeah. Sorry,
that's a team that's in the play-in at the moment. So losing that doesn't help because that's a two game swing. So yeah, I don't think we're making anything of this season. I think it might be time to rest the big man and George and get them healthy, and then look to next season. Because I think next season might be the last season that we have a chance of trying to go for a championship with these group of players. I don't think it's gonna happen this season. I think there's 4 or 5 teams that are way better than we are at, in terms of currently constructed, and even the play-in and playoff, the lower level play-in and playoff teams are better than us. So at this moment, in terms of play, in terms of how they're moving, so we'll see. But that's all I got about to say about the Sixers. So there's nothing much else to say. It's just, to be honest, it's just negative at the moment. But I'm hopeful with the young guards that we have. Hoping for a swift recovery for McCain so that he's ready for next season. Hopefully,
Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't affect him.
and yes, another one.
Yeah. So, and I like the moves we've made in terms of Lonnie Walker and Yabusele and things of that nature. So
Yeah,
there's been
Lonnie
goods and
was
bads, but I think in terms of big money, we've been bad.
fantastic pickup by you guys. Lonnie Walker was a very good pickup, very good pickup by the Sixers. In terms of who you want, do you want do you want more who if you sorry, do you want more players? Do you want more and reinforcements in the offseason around Joel Embiid, or do you think trading or maybe trading Paul George, or do you like this current core right now? Like maybe if you can stay fit next season, maybe you can just build up on that. What do you want to see? Do you want to see like some reinforcement, maybe some trades, like to improve your defense, or you like the young core a lot, and you think you just want to stick with it?
I like the young players that we do have. I think they can grow together. The issue that I have is probably the old. I think we need to look for a young big to back up Embiid because there's a lot of times when Embiid is gonna be not available to play, and having a young big that is more healthy and more reliable than a Drummond would be better. But yeah, I think moving on some of our older players and looking to make the team younger, which we look like we're doing. But yeah, we need a big that's young that's able to kind of give Embiid time to have rest in terms of the season during a match or during a game. So I think that's the one thing that we need to look at: the front court, young guys in the front court, and a young big. I like the guards. I like what we have elsewhere. And in terms of the Paul George, I don't think there's no moving on from him. You just got to get him healthy and playing at an elite level because I think he still has it in him. I just think he's just not been himself this season. But who knows? It could even get worse. He can become worse of a player. Then that would mean you'd have to kind of move him to a bench option, a sixth man, if you will, if he continues to decline, and then look to recruit players for the first five. So it just depends what happens over the course of the rest of this season and next season. Because yeah, he's been very poor. Embiid's been very injured, and yeah, that's really been a derailer of our season. So yeah, a young big, replace Andrew Drummond and maybe a young front court guy so that we're better in the paint, better at the rim protecting, and yeah, focus on defense as well, definitely.
I hear it. And you done with the Sixers? Yeah, you done? You done making your points?
Oh yeah. No more, not much else I can say.
All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to we're gonna move on to the. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move to the rest of the league. I think we've got more to talk about for the rest of the league, and then I'll come back to the Celtics. Lakers Mavericks today. Luka Doncic is playing his old team. Luka Doncic returns, not returns, but I wish it was in Dallas though, because I want to see the scenes in Dallas. I want to see the scenes like when Luka Doncic enters the building. I want to see, how Dallas fans are going to react. I just want to see how the environment is going to be like. But you know what it is? Tomorrow's in LA. Maybe there might be a lot of Dallas fans tomorrow. Who knows? There might be a lot of Dallas fans. And did you see something stupid tomorrow? You see something stupid recently? Apparently Dallas Mavericks want to ban Luka Doncic jersey. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you trying to do? Are you
That
actually
I've seen that
crazy?
it's a fake page. There's a fake page
You,
called NBA L
you think
that
you think
does.
you think you think it's fake? You
Yeah,
think
it's
it's fake?
fake. Yeah, it's fake.
Nah,
That page has
no,
gotten a
but
lot of people though. That
imagine
page is a funny page though.
imagine that was real though.
That would be funny.
You see, no, but do you see how stupid it could be if that was to happen? Because Nico Harrison has shown his true side. He's actually shown his true side. Like the guy traded away Luka Doncic. I wouldn't be surprised if he did something like that. I can't lie. I wouldn't be surprised if he did something like that. I really wouldn't, because he's that stupid. To having to trade away Luka Doncic. Yeah. Oh, well, we have to move on. Luka ain't fit. Bro, the guy scored 33 points for the Lakers that night. Oops. I think he'll be back in a bit. But yeah, I mean, for Nico Harrison to even do this move, like the fact that it's happening as well tomorrow, like I can't wait for the game because look, it's gonna be a mixed emotion from Dallas fans. Probably Lakers fans are gonna be like, you know what? They're gonna say to Dallas fans, be like, "Oh, thank you for Luka," and try to take the piss of Dallas fans, even though Dallas fans probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't take it easily. I mean, tomorrow's gonna be a very interesting game. Gonna be a very interesting game tomorrow. I don't know how it's gonna pan out. I don't know how the Dallas Mavericks are going to line. Obviously, the AD is going to be out. It would have been AD returning to the Lakers if AD was fit tomorrow, and Kyrie versus LeBron, Luka back to the Lakers, Luka back to Dallas Mavericks. That would have been so much that could have been into play, so much to play for tomorrow. I mean, I know it's a regular season game. I know it's I know it's not going to mean much in terms of who wins or who doesn't. But it's kind of it's kind of like it's kind of something that I never thought I'd see. Like, imagine AD was fit tomorrow. Imagine AD was fit tomorrow. AD returning to the Lakers, Luka playing against Dallas, Kyrie versus LeBron, right? Dallas Mavericks having to go to Los Angeles and need to win to get into a good playoff spot, bro. We're in for a good game tomorrow, aren't we? We're in for a good game tomorrow, I think. What are you saying?
It's unfortunate. Dallas have a lot of injuries at the moment, especially when it comes to their bigs. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna do anything against LA. If I'm
But
being
just
honest.
imagine AD was fit though, bro. Just imagine AD was fit going back to LA. Imagine Kyrie versus LeBron, Luka, right, playing against Dallas. All that comes into play. Max Christie going back to play against the Lakers. Max Christie, good player. He's becoming a good player on this year. He looked like a good player. Can't lie.
Yeah, it would have been more interesting if AD was available. But it's just one of those ones where when you get injuries at the wrong times and you're going up against the team, I think Luka's gonna punish them. I'll be honest. I think he's gonna use that as a motivation to get big points. So I think it's gonna be a long night for Dallas. If I'm being honest. Especially the way especially since now that him and LeBron are starting to click a little bit in the last couple games. Obviously, they did lose to the Warriors, but they've had some good wins as well. So no, the Dallas lost to the Warriors, but no, the Lakers have won games in recent. So it'll be interesting, but I think just Dallas have the wrong injuries at the wrong time.
Yeah. No, they do. Dallas need their players back as well because they're gonna need to make the playoffs. Like, they're gonna need to get into a good playoff position. I think right now, I'm seeing Dallas. They don't look like. Hold on. They don't look like they're in a good position. I mean, eighth is okay. Eighth is okay, but like, if you look at it from a standpoint, the Timberwolves haven't been that great this year. The Timberwolves haven't been great. And since Luka was out, I think they've lost majority of the games, Dallas, before he got traded, obviously. When Luka was out, they lost more of their games. When he's come back, I think they've won, half their games. I don't know. I don't know the exact stat, but being behind the Timberwolves, being behind the Clippers without Kawhi for majority of the year, I think it's poor from Dallas this year. It's been poor. They're only four wins off of the 500 mark. They're only four wins off the 500 mark, and they're only behind the Timberwolves because I think the Timberwolves have one more win than them. So, yeah, I mean, do you think they make the playoffs? Do you think they get automatic playoffs? Do you think they automatic playoff spot? Do you think they get into the automatic position, or do you think they qualify through the play-in? What do you think?
I think they're gonna be a playing team. I don't know what position. Um, because if you look at what Golden State are doing right now, they are on a positive run. Minnesota had a good win their last game. The Kings are starting to gel with the new team they got. Zach LaVine had a massive game last game, and you never know what you're going to get with the Phoenix Suns, and they may get a decent run in. So Dallas might fall out of the playing positions as well if especially considering all their bigs are out. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very difficult for them to win games if teams are very easily going to be able to get into the paint. It's it's hard enough to lose one big, but when you lose three of them, it's just like
They're kind of, to be fair with you, bro. Sorry cutting it. They're kind of far off the Suns right now. So I think I don't think they'll be. I don't think they're gonna drop out of the play in because they're 4 games above 500. The Suns are 3 games behind 500. The
yeah.
Suns are
But
3 games.
all
Suns
it
are,
takes is a couple weeks, and that can turn around. It's not very difficult in the NBA for things to turn around. They're only 4 games back on the Mavericks, and if the Mavericks have a bad run, then the Suns can capitalize on it. Even the Spurs have no chance because they lost Wemby for the rest of the season. So
yeah,
the team
that's done.
that pit them is
Well, to be fair with you, De'Aaron Fox and Chris Paul might give a bit of a run, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. To be honest, actually, yeah, no, you're right. They're not gonna make the playoffs. So as of right now, if the Spurs get a good draft pick next year, right?
yeah,
If they can keep De'Aaron Fox, keep Chris Paul, Stephon Castle, Wemby back next. Well, I don't the severity of the injury. Obviously, we spoke last time we spoke. Wemby was we were giving so much praise to Wemby, and now he's out for the season with a blood clot disease. I think what it is. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what the name is called, but I don't really want to say it. But man, just prayers up, man. Obviously, it's sad, for a player to just finish the season like that. He was having a good year as well. He was looking like he was gonna get defensive player of the year. He looked like he was gonna get most improved player. He was gonna get he was definitely one of those players that was probably gonna get 2 awards. He was definitely in the all. He was definitely gonna be the all defensive team. Definitely gonna be in that. Um, man, it's just sad, bro. It's really sad, man. And apparently this injury, from what I've been reading, apparently this injury has ended careers. Chris Bosh has had it. You know, apparently I can't remember who else had it, but Chris Bosh had it, and his career ended. Man, that's sad. It's sad, bro. It's sad. I just feel bad for Wemby because he's such a star. He's such a good player, man. I just really hope that it doesn't take a toll on his career. I really, really hope. I want to see. I want to see many, many years of Wemby. We all do. He's such a good player to watch. He's a center that plays like a point guard.
yeah.
He's the tallest player in the NBA, and he's coming and just taking the lead by storm. I know he's playing for the Spurs, and the Spurs don't have a good record, but look at the way he plays. Look at the Spurs. Like without Wemby, the Spurs would be probably the worst team in the league. They're probably the worst team there. So yeah, man, I don't know. Talk me through it, bro. Talk me through it.
In terms of the Wemby situation, yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree. It is sad because he was an all-star, obviously the all-star break, and it's a freak of a thing for a blood clot. It's like something that you don't really. It came out of nowhere, and
Yeah.
for the Spurs, if they can get him healthy for next season, with a high draft pick and everything else, I think they have the potential to be a team that's going to be a problem in the West next season. But we'll see. Hopefully, Wemby gets back to full health because for me, I think he's one of the bright sparks of the new NBA. I like him a lot. I think he's one of the guys that alongside the Anthony Edwards and players of that ilk that are going to be the new generation of players that people are going to look up to. Obviously, we're coming towards the end, the wind down of the Kevin Durant's, the LeBron James, the Steph Currys. So he's a part of the new generation of stars, and I think he could have been a face for the league going forward. So if it is a longer term thing than one season, then that's a problem. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I think I hope and pray that it's okay, because for me, I want to see the best players play. I hate when I see injuries, especially any level. And as you say, when it comes to even the Lakers Mavericks game, if they were both fully fit, then it would have been a more interesting game for the fans. And I think with the NBA having these issues with fan bases, sometimes you need that kind of bit of rivalry that was a part of old sport. And I think this would have been a rivalry, AD versus Luca, seeing who was the better fit for their new team. That would have been a very interesting matchup. And yeah, I just think yeah, Wemby's one of those guys. And in terms of the West, I think Dallas are a team that at most they'll be a playing team, but they might fall out the play-in if the Suns buck up their ideas and go on a decent run. So it's going to be very interesting. But I've got the Lakers winning against Dallas. I think the Lakers are finally starting to look like a team. They still do. They're not going to win anything this season because I think they still need a big man. So I think
You don't
if
think
they,
Alex,
I think
you don't think Len's enough for them? Alex Len's enough for them? You don't think they've got Maxi Kleber? Do you don't think those players are enough for the Lakers? Do you think they're just gonna?
I think Hayes and Len are okay, but they're not what they need. They need a perennial big man that is able to get rebounds on rebounds on rebounds. So
Right.
that's why they went for Mark Williams for Charlotte. That's the level of a Kessler, for example, would have been a kind of guy that they could
Right.
have brought in. They need a guy that's going to get you 10-10 consistently. And I don't think the guys they have are that consistent at the moment. Jackson Hayes is one for the future. He's one for the future, but they need now because LeBron maybe only has a couple years left. And if they want to win a championship this season or the next, especially the next season, they need to get a big man. So I think if they do that, then they'll be an unstoppable team. Because even when Luka or LeBron are missing shots, if you got a big man that can get offensive rebounds, crash the boards, there'll be a problem of a team going forward.
No, I hear it. I hear it. I mean, they're looking like a good team this year, and as a Celtics fan, I don't like to praise the Lakers. I'm nobody to like give the Lakers. I don't want to give the Lakers prop, but they're looking like a good team now. So it's hard to kind of comprehend. It's kind of hard to say that, oh no, they're still shit. I think where they are right now is relatively fair. I think where they're finishing this year is fair. I think by the start of next year they look to aim for like top 2, top 3 finish in the West. I think the OKC is still a very good young team. I think it's hard to get past OKC in terms of regular season standings, and maybe the Nuggets are still going to be there. But at the same time, if you look at the Memphis Grizzlies, Houston Rockets, compared to the Lakers, I think the Lakers will be better than them next year. I think by next year they look better. I think Memphis Grizzlies, when they can maybe add a few more reinforcements, I think if you maybe give the Memphis Grizzlies like somebody to play alongside Jaren Jackson, because I really like the current core that they have. But I think the Grizzlies have an issue with the depth. Maybe the depth is an issue because you've seen it last season when the Grizzlies went down through injuries. They did not have the depth to recover and get to the playoffs. Ja Morant was out for the rest of the year. Jaren Jackson was out. Desmond Bane, he was out. So you had players of that caliber who was just who was kind of giving them a spark. And now look at them where they are this season. I think maybe just have to add to the depth, maybe add like another backup big man or such and such. I don't know if you agree or disagree. If you guys agree, leave it in the comments. Where you see the Grizzlies next year, where you see the Lakers. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Lakers win tomorrow. I just think Luka has a point to prove to Nico Harrison. I think the Lakers will get the job done tomorrow. I hope you're wrong. I hope the Dallas Mavericks win. I want to see the Dallas Mavericks beat the Lakers. I want to see Luke. I just want to see them. Obviously, because I'm a Celtics fan. I can't see the Lakers. So it's like me cheering for Liverpool for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I just can't see that happening. But yeah, I hear you. I think the Lakers.
Can I add something quickly in terms of the Grizzlies and Rockets? Them two teams in particular.
Go ahead, of course.
They've got quality young starting fives. Both of them. Memphis has Ja, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson, AD, and then with the Rockets they got Armin Thompson, who
Oh, I
has been a
forgot
great.
about Zach Edey. I did forget about Zach Edey. Sorry, I completely forgot that Zach Edey
Yeah,
was Grizzlies. So yeah, they do have him as backup now. So
yeah.
yeah, no, you're
So
right.
they have a good five. And then you look at the Rockets. They got Sengun, Jabari Smith, on Thompson, Jalen Green, Van der Vliet. So those two teams are going to be teams that Lakers are going to have problems with, regardless. So
Yeah, 100%. The
the
West,
West
it's
is really
hard
strong
to
right now. So the Lakers do. So as I think the Lakers can even finish fifth in terms of the West, or between fourth and fifth in the West, based on what they do for the rest of the season. But yeah, they do need big men. They do need big men. If they want to push to compete with the likes of OKC, and especially when it comes to Denver Nuggets, because I still think the Nuggets are the team. Now that the Luka trade has happened, I think the Nuggets are the team that people have to get past in order to win the West. And you need a deterrent to Jokic. You need a deterrent to him.
And
Can't.
you saw the Lakers took care of business that day. So obviously it's a regular season game. We're not going to judge it off a regular season game. But
Yeah.
when it comes to the playoffs, we'll then judge, right? But
Yeah.
what they did, what the Lakers did that day was they nullified Jokic. They nullified the Nuggets. Obviously, the Nuggets cut the lead back down. We've seen the Lakers go up many times. Actually, I've seen the same story with the Lakers. They finally got over the line though, because you saw last year in the playoffs, the Lakers were up big against the Nuggets a few times. Remember, they were up big. They were up by like 21, and then the Nuggets came back to win the game. So the Lakers finally closed it out. They finally blew the Nuggets out. So maybe they can take it to the playoffs. We'll see. Maybe they might carry it down to the playoffs. They might just get that. They might have that mental edge now. But in saying that, we're gonna give our playoff predictions later. So yeah, no, I hear you, bro, completely. Next, I think we'll talk about is Cleveland. We'll talk about Cleveland because I've seen a lot about I've seen stuff that's going around this week. Are the Cavs legitimate contenders? Are the Cavaliers legitimate contenders this year too? Are they better than the Celtics? Are they, when I say better, because the Celtics are still current NBA champions and we're in second, right? Obviously in the East. To say that they're better, you can kind of say that they're having a better season in terms of regular season, sure. But do you think that it's gonna be the Cleveland Cavaliers? Excuse me. Do you think the Cleveland Cavaliers are legitimate contenders? Because I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, can experience be an issue? Because you've seen the Cavaliers get bounced out in the second round and the first round quite a couple times.
Yeah.
And obviously, without Donovan Mitchell, I think the Cavaliers just don't look the same team. They're going to struggle. But with Mitchell, they look like a dominant force. That's going to be like someone that's some teams very, very hard to stop. Where do you see Cleveland? Where do you see Cleveland ending up? Obviously, not in terms of just the playoffs, but the season as a whole. Don't talk with the Celtics. Just talk with the Cavs. Just mention the Cavs.
Well, when I mentioned Cleveland, I look
Yeah.
at the Eastern. I look at four teams that are going to compete for that Eastern title. The four teams that I look at are Celtics, Cleveland, the Bucks, and then the final team for that for me is the Knicks. In terms
Right.
of those four teams, I think their starting five is up there with those four teams. I think they have a lot of talent. I think they have a lot of young, fresh talent, and they're a team that can, when given the home advantage, can be a problem. It's just the thing about it is, for me, it's gonna be an experience factor, and it's also gonna be a factor of, when it comes to playoff basketball, it's about who's the best player on the court. And when they're facing the Celtics or the Bucks, they're not gonna have the best player on the court. So are they gonna be good enough to stop Jason Tatum in the playoffs? Are they gonna be good enough to stop Giannis in the playoffs?
Maybe.
That's the questions that they're gonna have to answer themselves, because they can do it in the regular season, but can they do it when it comes to the crunch time, when the game is slow?
All we can say right now is just maybe.
Maybe. They haven't shown it yet. So
Yeah,
that's the question I have over them. It's the same question that you probably have about the Knicks. Are they able to compete against the two other big teams in the East in terms of the Celtics and the Bucks? Because playoff basketball is about who is the best player on the court, and
Yeah.
Honestly,
100%.
if you're going up against the Bucks, you could even say that they would have the two best players on the court, unless in terms of Dame Dollar, Dame Lillard, and Giannis. If they're facing Cleveland, you can say that. So if they can stop them two, then they can get past the Bucks. And then against the Celtics, not only do you have the best player in the court in terms of Jason Tatum, but you also have the other pieces, the guys off the bench. You have so much depth in terms of your starting five and your backup five. So
Yeah.
Porzingis, Tatum, Brown, like you're a problem for most teams. So
They're looking
it's
to
gonna be
right now and be like, who is the benchmark? We're the
Yeah.
benchmark. Who can compete with us? That's
Yeah.
all I'm seeing right now. I don't want to be arrogant. I want to be like, oh, the Celtics are great. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna win the whole thing. I'm not gonna say arrogantly right now. I'm not gonna get too over the top. It's just NBA my NBA predictions. I'm gonna back my team, of course. But as of right now, we're the current benchmark in terms of who looks at us and be like, who's gonna compete with us? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we're gonna win or we're gonna go back to back. Like I'm not gonna get cocky and arrogant yet. It's not the right time for me.
Yeah. And the question the Celtics are gonna have is if they beat Giannis, because they didn't do that last year in the playoffs. They're gonna have to do it.
We did it the year before.
Yeah, but it's a different when you're going for back-to-back titles when you have the pressure on you.
Yeah, of course.
Especially the way, especially since he has a running partner with Dame Lillard as well, can try and stop him, but then he can put it out to Lillard, and you know what playoff Lillard does. So it's going to be very interesting. I think there's 4 teams in the East that can compete, and it's just going to be one of them. But I would say in terms of order of who, it's probably Celtics, Bucks, Cleveland, and Knicks.
Let's. So you're saying Cavs on top? You're saying Cavs on top?
No, they're the third most likely to get out of the East. They still have.
You think Cleveland are the third most likely to get out of the East?
Yeah, I would still put
even when they're on top.
Yeah, I would still put the Bucks and the Celtics above them in terms of getting out the East.
Interesting. Because I look at Cleveland, they don't look like they're losing. They don't look like losing a game. Like I know we play them at TD Garden in a couple of weeks, and I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but that's gonna be that's interesting, bro. I mean, I understand it's a prediction, but like
they have to prove it. They haven't proved it yet in the playoffs.
I hear it, but I was more thinking it's gonna be a Celtics Cavs Eastern Conference Finals. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, it depends what side the Bucks are on. If the Bucks play in the Celtics, then it's gonna be that. But if Cleveland are playing the Bucks in the round before the finals,
then you think it's gonna be
then Cleveland are gonna have to answer the haters. They're gonna have to do something that a lot of teams struggle with, and that's stop Giannis, stop the Greek freak in playoff basketball.
No, I hear it. At the end of the day, it's your opinion. I'm not gonna go against it. But listen, we'll see what happens. People, make sure you guys are smashing the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel. Let's get to 145 subs before the end of February. There's 21 of you watching. The link's on the quote tweet. New show named the Hoops Pod. Let's get there. Let's get to 145 subs, and yeah, let's move on to the next team, OKC. Let's talk about OKC. Where do you see OKC? Do you think they're the team that makes the finals from the West? Do you think they make the finals from the West? Do you think they're the ones that finish on top? I think they're finishing first for me in the West. I think that's pretty much sealed. Because no one's going to catch them. Looking at their record, no one's going to catch them, in my opinion. What do you think?
I think it's the Luka trade has kind of boggled my mind in terms of the West. But OKC need to be healthy for the playoffs for them to have a chance. Because
to be fair with you, bro, sorry to cut in, but they did have Chet Holmgren out for the majority of the year, and I look at their record.
Yeah, because Hartenstein was good as well. I liked him.
Isaiah Hartenstein, yep.
Yeah, I've liked him as well. But there's a problem in Denver called Jokic.
Of
And-
course. And he's the biggest problem in the West for me. He's the biggest problem in the West right now.
Yeah, and you're never gonna. And the Lakers, if they continue the way they're moving, they're gonna be an issue. And the thing is, with Grizzlies, Rockets, even with the Clippers, if Kawhi's healthy for the playoffs for the Clippers, the West is very hard to predict because there's a lot of problems within the West that you're gonna have to deal with. And if OKC can stay healthy, they can make it all the way to the finals, definitely. But if they get any injuries, and the other thing, I think they're reliant on Shea, and sometimes in some games they live and die by Shea. So
That's the biggest issue, isn't it?
yeah. So if he ain't 100 during the playoffs, then that's gonna be a problem. But it's gonna be an interesting one. The West is very interesting. I can't. It's not like I can put down like with the East. You've got 4 teams that those are the 4 teams. With the West, it can be for me from OKC all the way to the Kings. They all have quality in those teams, and you look at them, they have all-star caliber talent and everything. So it's a lot harder to
It's a lot
see
harder.
what will happen.
It's harder to predict, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah. See what happens.
Any more fixtures we can talk about? Any more hold on, let me have a look. Any more games we can talk about? Obviously there's where do you Suns. I'll ask you a question about the Suns now, because the Suns are a team that, you know, are a team that maybe I'll ask you about a few more teams. Actually, we'll talk about majority. We'll talk about the Knicks. We'll talk about more teams. Well, I'll ask you about the Suns. The Suns right now. They're looking like they're having the most difficult schedule for me. If you look at the teams that they're having to face right now, I don't think they're making the playoffs. I genuinely don't think the Suns are making the playoffs, because if you go and look at the schedule right now that they got, I'll read you the fixtures. Yeah, they've got Grizzlies, Pelicans back to back. Not back-to-back days, but back-to-back games against Pelicans. Timberwolves, Clippers, Denver, Dallas, Memphis again, Houston, Kings, Lakers, Raptors, Bulls, Cavs, Bucks, Celtics, Timberwolves, Rockets, Bucks, Celtics again, Knicks, Warriors, OKC, Spurs, and the Kings. That is the most, if you ask me, that's the most difficult run any team could ask for when they're pushing for the playoffs. Go and look at that schedule, and you know what the Suns' record is right now? They're 27-30. They're 27-30, and we're almost in March. They have a massive game against the Grizzlies today. They need to win this game. They have to win this game. It's not even people be like, oh, there's no must-win games in the regular season. Yes, there is. Today is a must-win for the Suns. If they want to make the playoffs, today is a must-win. What are you saying?
They're gonna have to do the impossible and beat teams that are better than them.
Do it.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to. Yep. Looking at their run, I'll be honest. Dallas might be safe for playing. Dallas might be safe.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. You said that Dallas could have dropped out of the play, and I said, nah. Look at the Suns' record.
Yeah, it's not the record. It's the teams that they got to face. They're facing all top teams.
They're four games above 500, while the Suns are 3 games under 500. That's what I'm trying to say. I think
I didn't know that their run was that. I thought they would have a couple gimmies. They don't have They have no gimmies over the rest of their schedule. These are all games that they need to win.
Yeah.
But they don't have any gimmies. They don't have any teams that are like. So, Suns. I think the Suns are in problems. I think, looking at their run. But I still believe they have the quality to win some of those games. So who knows?
Do you think that's good? Do you think that's good body Kevin Durant? Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think that's good body Kevin Durant? Do you think he goes?
I think he's gone in the summer anyway.
Where do you think he ends up?
He's not going to go Golden State. He's not going to go Brooklyn. He's not going to go to a team he's been on. So, ooh. What teams would need him?
Lakers.
Possible.
I don't
That
see
would-
it. I don't see him going to the Lakers though because of the rivalry with Golden State, the Golden State rivalry. I don't see him going there.
Oh no, you don't care about no rivalry. He went from OKC to Golden State.
Yeah, but to be fair with you, OKC and Golden State were nothing like much special at the time. They weren't like rivals at the time. It was more like OKC were just they were losing their best players because they weren't making the finals. They only made the finals once. And then Harden and Harden dipped to Houston, and then Paul George dipped to was it Indiana? He dipped to the Pacers. He went to the Pacers, and what? Who else left? Kevin Durant left to Golden State. All that's left was Russell Westbrook. And then he's now gone. So now OKC have now completely refurbished their team. Now look at them; they're on top of the West. So where do you see him going though? I mean, the Suns have a good team though, in my opinion. I don't see a reason to leave the Suns. I think it's more to do with can the Suns just build around them too? Because like I said before, the Suns had Bradley Beal.
The Suns want to move him and Bradley Beal on.
That's the problem. They want to move their best players on, but they're not building.
They want to rebuild. They want to rebuild. So
are they going to trade Devin Booker as well?
Nah, I think they keep him. I think that's the one piece they keep and build around him. In terms of KD, he should go Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami might be.
Yeah, move Bam to the 5, put him in the 4, have Tyler Hero. That's a team right there that can get out the East.
And where does Bradley Beal end up? Go to Milwaukee, play with Giannis and Dame?
Maybe. Maybe. That actually might work out for him. He might want to go Milwaukee and go back to play with Dame.
Or maybe even Dallas to play with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. That might be
Dallas could be a good one.
It might be a shot.
Yeah, I think there's a couple teams that might need him, especially considering he wants to be a starter.
The Lakers have a good team. I don't see anything. The reason that the Lakers need to make any moves right now. LeBron, Luka, Austin Reeves. That's a good. Those are good 3 players right there. You got what? Jackson Hayes.
Lakers need a 5. I don't think they need Bradley Beal or
no, they don't need Bradley Beal. No, they don't need Kevin Durant as well. In my opinion, I think Kevin Durant's going to take up a lot of money as well. So I think the Lakers are going to be struggling with the cap space. So I don't see I see the reason why the Lakers should go for Kevin Durant. But if they do go for him, then that's the championship wrapped up for me next year. Unfortunately, I have to say it. So we got to do our business and win it this year. Banner number 9. We got to win banner number 19 this year before they win banner 18. So let's get that done.
But yeah, I don't think that happens. I think Durant, Miami, and Bradley Beal.
But to be fair with you though, is Tyler Hero a shooting guard? Because then Bradley Beal plays shooting guard. Where else does he play? Is my question. Does he go to Dallas?
Maybe. Actually, no. Tyler Hero is playing the point, so you could even go to. They both could go Miami if you wanted to.
Ooh, but
I think they're going to move to separate teams.
Where's Terry Rozier now? He's still in Miami, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. I think he moved.
Actually, where is Rozier?
No, I think he moved. I think somebody got him.
Let me check.
I think somebody got him. I remember somebody trading for him. I think on deadline.
No, he's in Miami.
Oh, he's still in Miami?
Yeah, he's still in Miami.
Oh, fair enough then. Fair enough. So where does that where is he gonna play then? You think he
Ah,
plays? You think he plays small forward?
to Bradley. I don't know. I don't think he goes Miami. I think KD goes Miami possibly, and Bradley Bill goes somewhere in the East. I don't know where.
Or even the Knicks? Because
Oh no,
they got money. The Knicks got money.
but I don't think that would be good for the Knicks.
Neither do I, but because the Knicks have Karl Anthony Towns, they've got Jalen Brunson. You know they've got a good core there of
Yeah, they
players.
got a good five.
Yeah, they
They
do.
don't really need that.
The Knicks have a good team. I'm not one to hate on who the Knicks have because obviously we destroyed them 3 times this year.
Yeah,
But even then, like they still have a good team. Like they
yeah,
cut it to, they cut it to 4 against us. We went up 27 points.
yeah.
I'm not gonna get carried away by
They
that.
just got to get over the hump of beating bigger teams, but their five is good.
They do.
So I don't.
They do.
It'll be interesting to see where Beal goes.
It'd be interesting to see a Knicks Bucks first round matchup. That would be a very very good first round matchup to watch. Knicks and
Yeah,
Bucks,
yeah, that would be interesting. Or even the
and
second round.
we'll have the playoffs right here, covered here right for you guys on AN Sports. So make sure you guys keep it locked in. We'll definitely do a lot of playoff content as well if you guys want to see that. Any more thoughts on on the teams we talked about? Because we have the Knicks. Let's talk about Knicks, GT, and you know what, bro? Actually, let's forget about those teams. Let's give our predictions for the table. Let's give our regular season predictions for the rest of the season. Let's give our revised predictions.
Before we do that, I would like to say this.
Go on.
I do like what Golden State are doing at the moment. I think they're a team that people need to look out for as well.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler as well. When do the Warriors play the Lakers next again? Do they even play anymore this year?
Let me check.
Oh no, they do. 4th of April. Yes, they do. So I want to see Butler. I want to see Curry versus LeBron, Luka. That'd be a good fun matchup to watch. Very
Yeah.
good fun. 3 old heads versus the young buck. Steph, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic, the young buck. So yeah. I'll speak with the Celtics quickly, actually, because obviously you spoke with the Sixers. I'll speak with the Celtics. The Celtics, look, we've had a good week again. Like another 5. This is 5 wins on the spin for us right now. This is our longest win streak since last week, actually. Before we lost to Dallas, we won 4 games on the spin, and then before that, the last long win streak we had was, I think. Hold on. The longest win streak the Celtics have had this year was 5. We beat the Brooklyn Nets, we beat the Raptors, we beat the Cavs, we beat the Wizards, and we beat the Timberwolves, and then we beat the Clippers, and then we beat the Bulls. So hold on. 7 games win streak. Excuse me. Our longest win streak this year has been 7. We're currently on pace for 5, playing the Raptors today, and then playing Detroit Pistons tomorrow. We're playing back-to-back games, so I'm hoping that the Celtics can get some wins, can get some wins in the spin here. The Celtics will play this weekend. This week is going to be a tough week for the Celtics. Obviously, we've got Toronto, we've got Toronto, then Detroit, back to back. So they're next to each other. Detroit and Toronto, they're very near each other. They border each other. Then we play the Cavs on the weekend. So we go on the road. We come back home. We play the Cavs, and then we start next week off with the Nuggets and then the Blazers. Bro, what are you saying about obviously because the Celtics right now, like we're looking good, right? I'm not gonna like brag that we're amazing. I don't like to do that right now because it's a regular season. But when it comes to the playoffs, I want us to be prepared. I want us to be prepared. Okay, I can't even talk. I want us to be prepared for the playoffs. I want us to get ready for the playoffs, and this is the perfect time. After the All-Star break is where we kick in, we lock in. Like, this is where I think this focus just turns. The attention turns to the playoffs. Now is where we completely just go on a massive run, or at least win majority of our games. Try not to drop too many games now, and get into and finish the regular season strong. That's all I gotta say. And we've got Toronto today. We've got the Pistons. We'll predict our games. So let's go back and predict the Sixers games. When do the Sixers play? Tomorrow, right? Knicks. All right. The Sixers will play. Hold on. Is this your only game this week? Oh, you've got 2 games this week. Sorry, you've got Knicks and you've got Golden State. What's your prediction for both? Lose both, or win both, or surprise, or win one or lose one? What? Win both? Because you know what it is with Golden State game. You might pull that game off. You know, you never know. You can.
I'm gonna be honest. We're losing both. Do I believe we have the chance to win? We do.
Against Golden State, possibly, if they have to rest players. Because I'm sorry,
they don't have to rest no players. They're gonna.
I just don't see the Sixers winning that game. I'm sorry. Against the Knicks away, yeah, no, I don't see that. I don't see that game happening unless Jordan B plays, unless Paul George starts hitting shots.
No, they've been playing and we've been losing. So I think the loss continues.
I'm not laughing at the Sixers. I'm just laughing at the fact that you said the fact that you made the face after I said win one, lose one. Well, I wasn't trolling the Sixers. Don't worry. I'm not that type of person to troll anyone right now. I can't troll anyone. The only team I'll troll is the Lakers. I couldn't give a shit about them. So yeah, what are you saying? Sixers win one, lose one?
No, I think they lose. I think they lose both.
Do you think you have a slight chance against Golden State? Maybe I know you got blown up by the Bulls, but that was maybe that might have been like a terrible game. Maybe that was just like a terrible game all around. Because the Sixers when they've lost some games, they put up a fight. They put up a good strong performance, but they just fell short in some games this year.
I would say so, but we lost in the Nets, so
right. Yeah, that was just poor from the Sixers defense all around. So
offensively, we've been poor. So as I said about my team, it's just if our players are playing at full potential, we can beat any team in the NBA.
That's right.
But they haven't been doing.
I agree with you. That's the only issue. It's whether they have the heart anymore, because the seasons look like it's done for you guys. I mean, you can look forward to the draft. I mean, that's gonna be interesting.
If we keep the pick,
I want to see who Cooper Flag gets drafted to. I want to see who wins that draft lottery, because I want to see Cooper Flag.
He's gonna go Spurs, and they're gonna be a problem.
You think he goes to the Spurs?
I think they can get. I think they have the potential to get high picks.
No, because the Wizards have the worst record in the league right now, and the Pelicans are just behind them.
Yeah, but Spurs are still up there, especially now.
Don't forget they traded Kyle Kuzma away, the Wizards.
Actually, let me look at NBA draft prediction.
Nah, that they give that towards like I think they don't do that with the NFL. They give it to the worst record in the league. So yeah,
it's interesting. It's interesting. Obviously, Cooper Flags is going to be the number 1 pick where he goes. Who knows?
fair enough. Let me quickly check the Premier League scorecard. Obviously, the Premier League is happening right now.
I don't think none of the games have started.
No, the games have already started, but Chelsea starts in 20 minutes, so we'll wrap it up soon. Let's give our. So I'm gonna talk about the Celtics real quick, and like I said, we have a tough month coming up in March. We've got the Lakers committed to TD Garden. I would love nothing more than to win that game. That's the one game I just really, really want to win so bad. It's like I just really, really want to beat the Lakers because you know me, I don't like the Lakers at all, and I do say it many, many times in the video, but I really don't like them. I can't stand them, bro. So we need to win. We need to win. We have to beat them. I'm not having none of it. We need to win. We've got a tough month coming up in March. We've got Cavs to start the month. Sorry, we have Cavs. No, we don't. Cavs is right at the end of February. We've got Nuggets to start the month. Blazers, who are on red hot form, who are in good form right now, who are making a late push, but maybe I don't know. We'll see where they end up. We got the Sixers, Lakers, Jazz, OKC, Miami, Brooklyn back to back games, Jazz, Portland again, Kings, Suns, Spurs, and the Grizzlies. That's the month of March for us. So we have another West Coast road trip, and we're gonna need to win those games, man. We're gonna need to win those games. Right now, how many games we played? We played 57 games, with how many games left? 55 games left. Sorry, 55 games. What am I saying? 55 games left. 25 games left, I think. If I'm not mistaken, 25 games left. Yeah, 25 games.
Around 25, yes.
25 games left. Why did I say 55? Man, I was saying 57. Sorry, I was reading the numbers on here. My bad. Yeah, 55 games. I wish. I love the regular season sometimes. 55 games is a good number for a amount of regular season games, in my opinion. Maybe might be that, or 56 games. Who knows? 56 games is good enough, isn't it? Do you think? Or 60, 62.
If it was a European style format, it would be 58 because they play every team twice.
Fair.
But I don't know if people in America would want that. I think they're too used to what it is now, especially with records and stuff.
We've got Raptors, we've got Pistons, and we've got Cavs.
What you said, Raptors?
Raptors today, Pistons tomorrow, Cavs on Saturday.
Win-win loss.
You think we lose to Cavs?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But you could easily win that as well. You could easily win all three, but I'm gonna go win-win loss. Win
today, win tomorrow, lose. I'm not as confident of today's game as I am for the Pistons game and the Cavs game for some reason. I don't know what it is, because the last time we played Toronto, we got blown out like really, really badly. So I'm not gonna get too confident. I'm not gonna get too overconfident about today, but I think we'll win today, just about. And I think we'll beat Detroit, and I back us to beat Cleveland as well. I'm gonna back us to win.
What is it, home or away, Cleveland?
Home.
Win.
You think we win all three?
Yeah. If you're home, I win.
Calm. I think we win all three as well. And then we'll talk about next week's game against Denver soon. Let's go to Premier League. Not Premier League. What am I saying? Premier League. Premier League's happening right now, so that's my bad. Let's talk about. What do you call? Let's talk about the games. The rest of the games this week, and that's it. What was your prediction yesterday for? What was your predictions for the Kings, Hornets, Jazz, Blazers? I said Blazers, I think, and I said Timberwolves would win against OKC. Hawks beat. I don't remember what I said, but these games went on yesterday. We forgot to do predictions yesterday because we didn't do the show yesterday. Sixers didn't do well against the Bulls, obviously. Pacers lost to the Nuggets at home. The Pistons beat the Clippers. The Hawks beat the Heat. The Blazers beat the Jazz. Kings beat Hornets. That's it. And the Wizards beat the Nets. That's it. So
the only shock is the Timberwolves beating Thunder.
Nah, because the Timberwolves beat the Thunder early this year. Let's not forget they did it. They beat them this year. They beat them in the regular season a couple weeks ago, something like that. They won before the All-Star break. Remember the All-Star break?
Oh yeah, true.
The
But that's
All-Star.
that's the only one that's where the teams are significant in terms
They've
of.
played, bro. They've played 3 times in the last 3 weeks. They played against each other 3 times in the last 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
Mm.
They played against
And-
the Timberwolves. They played Timberwolves on yesterday, and then they played again today. They played back to back against Timberwolves.
And the Wizards winning as well against the Nets.
Well,
That's a shock.
the Nets are not going to make the playoffs, so it's not really a shock, to be honest. The Nets are done for for me. They're done for the season. Like I
Yeah,
don't
but
see
the
them.
Wizards are done. They're
To,
just
to be fair with you, like any team that beats each other from like apart from the Sixers, right? Leave the Sixers out of it. Brooklyn, Toronto, Hornets, Jazz, Pelicans, Wizards. All those teams beating each other doesn't surprise me.
yeah. But Wizards are the worst team, and at least Brooklyn has a chance to get the play in.
At least one thing I know about the Sixers is they're dealing with injuries and they're dealing with off the court stuff. So that's the one thing. So if the Sixers lose to them, it's kind of a shock. But if the Sixers end up losing to like a team like, let's say, the Heat or the Suns, or let's say the Celtics or the Clippers, something like that, the Bucks, Lakers, that's not a shock. But in terms of like, obviously, I know your record's not great, but you're dealing with off the court stuff, injuries, behind the scenes. It's not like it's not been an easy season, but you'll get over it. You'll get over it. In my opinion. Let's get to the rest of the predictions. Obviously, the rest of the season, obviously, predictions as well. Raptors, Celtics. You went for Celtics. You went for Celtics. Magic, Cavs.
Cavs.
Magic.
That's more hope, isn't it? That's hope.
I don't really care about first or second. I just want us to get to the finals. I don't care about it first or second. I just want us to finish in a good position. Rockets, Bucks.
Rockets.
Bucks. Grizzlies, Suns. This could be the end of the Suns season if they lose today, possibly.
I'll go Grizzlies.
The Suns need to win today, and I'm going for a Kevin Durant masterclass Suns win. Pelicans, Spurs.
Oh,
I still think Spurs win because I think De'Aaron Fox and Chris Paul can get them over the line. It's not that they're a bad team or anything.
Pelicans.
Warriors, Hornets, Warriors.
Yeah, same ones.
We already talked about the Lakers, Mavs. I went for the. Fuck it, I'm going for. Do I want to go for Dallas, or do I want to go for Lakers? I might change my prediction.
Lakers by 30.
Mavericks overtime win. You heard it here first. 131, 128. Classic. Pistons, Celtics. I went for Celtics. You went for Celtics. Pacers to Raptors.
Pacers, Raptors. Pacers.
They beat the Grizzlies as well the other week, so it was a good win for them. Knicks, Sixers went for. I'm going for Knicks. You went for Knicks. Wizards, Blazers. I'm gonna go for the Blazers. They're in good form right now. Blazers, good form right now.
I don't know. Wizards just won, so why not Wizards?
Yeah, but the Blazers are in really good form right now, bro. Like you just don't know. They won again today. The Blazers. They just won again today.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with Blazers. Brooklyn, OKC. Yeah, OKC, easy win for them. Easy win.
Yeah, same. OKC.
Heat against Hawks. This might be a play-in matchup. This might be a play-in game matchup.
The Hawks beat them in the other one, so I'm gonna go Heat. This is back to back.
I'll go with the Heat as well. Bulls, Clippers. I'm gonna go with Clippers. Bulls. You think Bulls gonna win?
Yeah.
You think Bulls will beat the Clippers? Really?
Yeah.
won't be surprised because obviously the Bulls like they're on good form right now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on a decent run.
You saw it firsthand, and I don't
Yeah,
like. I
yeah,
don't.
they're on good form.
No,
So
because you want to do to the Bulls, they can beat teams above 500. They have this thing where they can beat teams above 500. So yeah, I won't.
they
I'm not
have the
surprised.
ability to do it.
No, yeah, they do. They do 100%. They do. You're right. Jazz Kings. I'm gonna go with Kings. I think Kings need it more. Jazz are just.
I'll
Yeah,
go
I'm
with
not
Jazz surprise win.
fair. It's not really a surprise, but
I would be. Kings
compared
are a
to the
good team.
compared to the Wizards, yeah, it's not a surprise. But okay, Rockets Spurs. I'll go with Rockets to win this one. Yeah, Spurs for me are just. I think they're kind of done. Rockets at home.
Yeah,
By the way,
Rockets then.
when I say the teams, right, it's the home team first because I'm reading off live scores. It's the home team first, then the away team.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what I always do it. Magic Warriors. I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Gonna go with Magic.
I was thinking about it, but then yeah, Golden State got this. This one's a good game though. Bucks Nuggets. Giannis versus Jokic. Unless Giannis fit. Is Giannis back?
I think he is. I'll go with Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks home win. I think Bucks will win this one. Mavericks Hornets. Yeah, Mavericks for me. I think Mavericks got this one. I think Mavericks will.
Hornets.
Suns Pelicans. Suns need this more than the Pelicans. Suns will do it.
Pelicans.
I want to see the Suns in the playoffs. I want to see them make the playoffs. I want to see the Suns, make the playoffs. I like the Suns. They're a good team. Booker, KD, Bradley. I want to see them in the playoffs, man. I don't want to see them fall out. We want to see KD. We want to see KD in the playoffs, man. Come on.
Out of the playoffs and blow up the team.
Yeah, I agree with you. Blow it up because they need to fix their defense. They traded away Nurkic as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah. Lakers Timberwolves. Let's do it.
Lakers.
Fair. Detroit Pistons Nuggets. I'm gonna go for Detroit looking good. I kind of Detroit looking good.
Pistons for me.
I'll go with Nuggets because I think the Nuggets are just they might want to bounce back if they lose to the Bucks. Let's say that happens.
Back-to-back losses.
Hawks against Thunder. Hawks.
Thunder.
Celtics Cavs. I went for Celtics. Went for Celtics as well. Nets Blazers. Blazers. I think Blazers are on good form right now. Bulls Raptors. Bulls win. They need this. Bulls need this more than the Raptors. Bulls need to win to get in the playoffs.
Raptors.
Or play it. Raptors on the road.
Yeah, it's always those surprise ones.
To be fair with you, though, I mean, this is where teams might start to tank. So you just never know. Yeah, I mean, hopefully I don't speak against the Celtics today. Obviously, I don't. Hopefully we win today. Grizzlies Knicks. That's a good game.
Grizzlies.
I think Grizzlies as well. Heat Pacers.
Heat.
Suns Pelicans again. Suns back to back.
Pelicans back-to-back.
You think Pelicans are gonna win back to back games?
Actually, no. It'll be Suns second round because Zion won't play the second game.
Even if he plays, I still think that the Suns have enough to win against both. KD's gonna need to go off. Jazz Timberwolves.
Jazz.
The Battle of LA. Lakers Clippers.
Clippers.
Lakers.
Fair enough.
I think Lakers will get the job done this one because the last time the Lakers Clippers played, we all saw what happened, the blowout win. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Lakers at home. If it was into a dome, I'd go with the Clippers. but I think it's Lakers this time. Nah, fuck it, Clippers. I don't give a shit. I'll go all 3 Lakers losses for all I fucking care. Hornets Wizards. That's the most dull. That's the worst game to watch. That's probably one of the worst games to watch.
Hornets.
Yeah, Hornets. Pistons, Nets, Pistons. I think Pistons got this one.
Nets.
Rockets, Kings.
Rockets.
Rockets. I agree. Grizzlies, Spurs, Grizzlies win this one.
Spurs.
Spurs on the road against Grizzlies. Mavs, Bucks.
Hawks.
Mavs. Sixers, Warriors. You said Sixers.
No, I said Warriors.
Sorry, you said Warriors. I'll go with the Warriors as well. Just about. I think the Sixers can maybe still play this game. And in case we don't do Monday's show, hold on a minute. Oh no, sorry. Hold on. Oh, no, sorry. It's still this week. Okay. Celtics, Nuggets, Celtics.
Yeah, so
Backing the Celtics to win this game at home, TD Garden. Obviously, we almost the things with the Celtics game yesterday. I watched the game against the Knicks. Right, we beat the Sixers quite convincingly, but we played New York at home, right, and we were up 27 at one point in the third quarter, and it went down to 4 in the fourth quarter, and then we blew them out of the water when the starters came back on. We started playing good defense, and that was it. It's just a bit of a shake up from the bench. I think the bench just had a bit of a poor defensive run, and then we just we went away with the win. We should have kept the lead by more than 27, in my opinion. We shouldn't have let the lead cut down to 4. But all in all, we still got the win. I'm happy with that. So yeah, good stuff. Sixers game, we obviously we started off a bit slow and just ran away with the win. So it's what I liked. Yeah, Celtics Nuggets. I'm gonna go with the Celtics to win. Cavs Blazers. That's gonna be a bit interesting game. Slightly interesting because the Blazers, like I said, they're on good form, but the Cavs are just they're so good this year, man. I'll just about edge Cavs. Edge Cavs. Might be a blowout win, to be honest. Who knows? Pacers, Bulls.
Pacers and Cavs for the last one.
Okay, you said you agreed, so yeah, Cavs. Pacers, Bulls. You said Pacers. I say Pacers too. Knicks, Heat. I'm gonna go with Heat, Knicks. Sorry, Heat, Knicks. I'm gonna go with Knicks.
Heat.
Knicks on the Magic, Raptors. I'm gonna go with Magic.
Yeah, same.
Spurs, OKC. I'm gonna go with OKC. OKC to win.
Yeah, OKC.
Jazz, Pelicans. I'm gonna go with Jazz win. I think Jazz will win.
Yeah. Jazz.
Lakers, Clippers again.
Lakers this time.
Clippers again. Clippers again. Nah, I think Lakers will win both games at home, to be honest, actually. I think Lakers win both games at home. So Suns, Timberwolves. Suns need it, and I think Suns get the win.
Yeah, Suns.
And
Suns
in case we don't do Monday's show, let's predict the Tuesday games. Hornets, Warriors. Sixers, Blazers.
Blazers
for me.
Yeah, Blazers.
Heat, Wizards.
Heat.
Grizzlies, Hawks.
Hawks.
OKC, Rockets. That's gonna be a good game to watch. Possibly.
Rockets.
OKC. Dallas, Kings.
Kings.
Kings. Mavs. Jazz, Pistons. Pistons.
Yeah, Pistons.
Yeah, that's all.
Nice.
And the predictions are done. Chelsea play in a bit, so we'll quickly do our predictions for the table. Let me quickly read the NBA awards. What MVP, Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved Player, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, and yeah. So we'll go with Clutch Player of the Year. Who do you think's been the most clutch to play this year for the in the NBA?
I don't even know, you know. I have no clue. What do you think?
Steph Curry won it last year.
I'll give it to Shea.
Yeah, Shea, why not? Coach of the Year, Mark Daigneault. Actually, no. Sorry. Kenny Atkinson, I think that's his name. Kenny Atkinson.
Atkinson is the coach for Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah. Kenny Atkinson, yeah. Cleveland.
Yeah, probably be him if they get the best record, or the OKC coach.
NBA Most Improved Player of the Year.
Pritchard.
Sixth Man of the Year is Pritchard for me as well. I think Pritchard gets that one as well because he comes off the bench for us.
Or Reeves. Reeves for Most Improved as well.
No, I agree. Austin Reeves for Most Improved and Pritchard for Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, go for that.
He has to be Sixth Man of the Year. The guy's coming off the bench and averaging so many points, bro. He has to get it. NBA Defensive Player of the Year, man, it was gonna be Wemby, man. Let's give Wemby's honorable Defensive Player of the Year, and let's give the actual MVP. Let's give it to Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah,
it's gonna be him, I think.
Or honorable mention the Hawks. What's his name? Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, maybe. Rookie of the Year.
Steals.
Rookie of the Year. Don Connect.
It's not him.
No. Zach Edey?
Could be him. It's another one. I can't remember. I liked.
Zachary Ricochet? No. Not Ricochet. John McCain, but he can't win anymore because he's not injured.
Not McCain.
It's not Dalton Connect, is it?
Oh, there was someone else. Oh, I can't remember the name.
Who else?
That's it. Stephen Castle.
But wasn't he already there? Wasn't he already at the Spurs last year? He was at the Spurs last year, wasn't it? Or he got drafted. I can't remember.
Let me check.
Yeah, while he's checking, make sure you guys hitting the like button. Make sure you guys subscribing as well.
Oh, he was selected this year. Fourth.
Oh. Okay, Stephon Castle then, I guess. It's gotta be Stephon Castle, isn't it? Or Alex Sarr? Or Alex Sarr from the Wizards, maybe?
Yeah, it's between him, Sarr.
Connect.
Yeah, him or Sarr. Connect. Jalen Willis is also doing well.
Jalen Wallace, yeah.
But
But
yeah, Stephen Castle for me.
I'll give it to Stephen Castle as well, I guess. Last but not least, MVP.
There's only two names. It's gonna be Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic or SGA, but I'm gonna go with Jokic.
Yeah. They'll probably give it to SGA though. I'm gonna lie. Jokic just having too
MVP,
many.
Executive of the Year. I'll give it to Brad Stevens. I don't care. Executive of the Year, Brad Stevens. But he didn't really do much, but still, Brad Stevens, whatever. Because he got all his championship players back, and hopefully, if we win it again this year, it's gotta be Brad Stevens to win it. Let's quickly go through our predictions for the not predictions, but for the table. For the table, let's quickly go through the league, the NBA table. So starting off with the East, I think Cavs stay on top. I think Celtics come in second. Both teams on 40 wins. Knicks, I think battle between Knicks and Bucks to get third. I'll go with the Knicks to edge it. Knicks to edge third. Fourth, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Fifth, I'll stay with the Indiana Pacers. Sixth, it's quite far between Pistons and Magic. So I'm gonna go with Pistons, Magic, then Hawks, Heat, Bulls. Yeah, I think the table stays the same, bro. I think the East stays the same. What do you think? What's your first, second, third, fourth till sixth?
I'll be honest, I agree with you. I don't think East changes. The only change might be Bucks and Pacers swapping.
To be
I think
fair,
it stays the same.
to be fair though, bro, Brooklyn are 2 games and a half behind the Bulls, so you never know.
They're too inconsistent though. Well, they're on a good run, so
And
if they can continue.
You guys also 5 games behind the Bulls, but I don't see it. I don't see you guys making the playoffs. You guys are still 5 games behind, but because obviously I think you require 2 losses from the Bulls, 1 loss from Brooklyn, and you require 3 wins.
I don't think it changes in the East.
Let's head to the West. I think first is locked in between OKC. I think OKC stays on top. Not only anyone catches OKC, if I'm being honest with you. They're too far ahead. The Nuggets are 9 games behind. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Denver stay. I think Denver gets second.
Yeah.
There's a good chance Lakers can get third.
Yeah, Lakers third, Grizzlies fourth, Rockets, Clippers, Tims.
Sorry, what'd you say again? Third. Who was third?
Lakers, Grizzlies, Rockets, Clippers, Tims, Warriors, Kings, and then Mavs finished 10th.
I think OKC, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Lakers, Rockets, Clippers. I think Lakers will get fourth. Because the Grizzlies don't lose many games. So, I don't know. Rockets, I think Timberwolves will surpass Clippers. I think Clippers will fall to the play-in. I think Dallas will go through the play-in. Golden State. And I'm gonna go with the Phoenix Suns to make a late playoff push.
Yeah,
but
I think
as of right now, I'm gonna go with the Sacramento Kings. When the play-in tournament does happen, we are gonna predict the play-in tournament. So we're gonna predict the play-in tournament when it happens, and we're gonna predict all the games, and we'll get to the playoff bracket as well. So
it'll be interesting.
So yeah, that's it for the predictions, and that's it for the NBA talk. That's been the first. That's been the first the Hoops podcast from us from in sports. Obviously that's a new name that I've kind of set up for now, and obviously later down the line we might or might not change the name. We'll see. We'll think about it. But King, it's been good chopping it up, man, and I enjoyed the Chelsea game. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I love talking about basketball, and yeah, excited to continue.
Shout your channel out. I know you
African
gave
King
a
Academy.
Pro Rumble on there.
Yeah, we're doing some wrestling stuff on that. I think that's going to be the main channel. I'm gonna try and do some Sixers content and some NFL content when that comes back, and maybe a bit of Formula One over there
You're
as
still
well.
yet
Because
you're still yet to do the the Eagles podcast after you guys have won the Super Bowl, and I think you should do a bit of Chelsea as well, and obviously do a bit of F1 people is around the corner, so predictions I think will be out this Friday or maybe next week, sometime next week. We'll schedule that.
yeah,
We'll schedule that. But yeah, it's been good talking, Manji. Been good talking with you, bro.
no problem. Thank you.
All good, all good. And yeah, like I said, people, there's 2 days left of February. Let's get the likes up, let's get the subscribers up. Let's get to 145 before the end of February. We're 1 hour 45 minutes in. We stayed up quite late to talk NBA for you guys. Not the usual NBA times, but not the usual American time because we're not in America, but you know where we are around the world, we're staying up. We're talking we're doing shows for you guys. So make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, and obviously show us some support in the chat. Show us some love. Click the like button, and yeah, it's gonna be this for today. We're gonna wrap it up here. We wish the best for our teams. I guess that's all we gotta wish for. And yeah, King will definitely do content on his channel. Make sure you guys click the link to subscribe to his channel. The link's in the title. It's right there. So the Hoops Pod is the name as of now. We might change it. We might not. We'll see. But every week we're gonna call it the Hoops Pod up until we find a name. And I'll definitely consider some suggestions in the chat. But yeah, that's been the Hoops Pod from me and King. Like, share, subscribe. We're out. Go Celtics. See you later. Have a good evening. Peace.